It's the first week of September. Do you know what that is? Market update. How many of you are as excited as I am, right? So today's episode, I'm going to talk about what the real estate market did in August. Stick around. Hi, welcome back. My name's Joe Brown. I'm a realtor with Century 21, List with Beggins, located in South Tampa. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. So, as I always say, if you find these videos interesting and of value, please hit the subscribe button. I don't know which side it's on. Hit the subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, but most importantly, share this with your friends and family who you think could benefit from this information. I thank you so much. So, as I always say with these market updates, right? And if you've been with me for several of them, you know you'll get tired of it. I'm sorry. But these are for the 5 zip codes of South Tampa. 33606, 609, 611, 616, and 629. Okay? So those 5 zip codes. So how's the market been? So I'll put the graphic up here, 2 months. So we'll look at July and August. And so you can see active homes on the market, right? There's about a 60 home difference, active homes on the market. But now take a look at new homes on the market. There's about a 60 home decrease, right? So it just stands to reason, right? Fewer homes going on the market, so the number of active listings has gone down. Days on the market about stayed the same, right? From 26 days to 25 days. Now, isn't that interesting? Because we hear stories, home on the market, and it sells in days. In fact, just this past week, some clients I'm working with liked a house that went on the market, and by that night, it was already under contract. Less than 1 day. But what does that mean with the average, right? So if a house sells in 1 day, but the average is 26, that means other homes are on the market for quite a bit longer, right? 49 days to be exact. But so you do see some homes selling very quickly, some homes on the market, and I'll talk about that in a second. Let's take a look at sales, right? So you can say, oh, sales went down, well, just slightly, right? 15, not even 20 homes. So think about this. People putting new homes on the market went down. Sales stayed even. So that means active inventory went down. So that's exactly what we saw. Median sales price, yeah, it went up, to 425. And I always wonder, should I share this median sales price with you? So I share it with you because I think it's a good indicator, but it really varies by, is it a new construction home? Is it a large home? Is it a small home? Where is it located? So taking all those factors into consideration. So do me a favor, leave a comment about whether you like the median sales price, or if you want some other data, I'll be glad to provide that. Then the last item up here on the chart is ratio of what a home sells for to what it's listed for, 100%, right? And sometimes it's 110%, 103%. But yeah, people are pretty much getting what they're asking. So what does that mean, right? There's still buyer demand. I want to throw a chart up here. So remember, I talk about the absorption rate. And what that means is the number of homes actively on the market divided by the number of homes selling gives you the month supply of homes. So take a look at this, right? So we have 493 homes actively on the market, and we're selling 355 a month. So that's just about a month and a half inventory on the market. Now, do you recall, here's a quiz. Do you recall a seller's market is how many months? I'm waiting, I'll wait. Yeah, it's about 1 to 3 months. So if there's 1 to 3 months of inventory on the market, it's a seller's market. From 4 to, let's say, 4 to 7 months is a normal market, right? And then when you get 8 months and above, it's a buyer's market. When you get to the buyer's market, you're going to see home prices drop because there are more homes on the market than there are buyers, but that's not what we have now. Right now, we have more buyers, fewer demand drives price up. So let's take a look. From January, what's the absorption rate? And so that's what this graph shows. You can see from January to August. So look at this, right? Isn't this exciting? We're seeing a slight uptick the past 3 months in homes inventory, the absorption rate, a slight uptick. Well, say, Joe, hold your horses. Let me show you another graph. Let's go back to January of 2019. Just give it a historical perspective. So what do you see, right? So yeah, we're seeing the slight uptick, the past few months, but where's that over the past 2 years? Yeah, it is still a very strong seller's market. Now, this trend, we absolutely want to keep our eye on, right? If there's more inventory coming on the market, if buyers kind of hold back and there's not as many buyers, that's going to drive the price down. And you'll see more homes staying on the market. So another thing, see, I have all these ideas in my mind I want to share with you. So number one, I read an article yesterday that mortgage rates remain unmoved this past week. So mortgage rates are still at 2.87, right? 2.87, still under 3. Very low rates, historically low rates. And so if you're buying a home, yes, you want to get a home now, lock in for 30 years at that very low rate. But there are just no homes to buy. And so that's why people are coming and saying, I want that home, I want that interest rate, I'll pay cash just to lock in now. That's why there's such a demand for home. That's why agents like me and like others are calling you and contacting you. Have you considered selling? Do you know anybody who wants to sell? Because there's such a demand. I also read an article today from the chief chief economist with the National Association of Realtors, who projects that by the end of 2021 and early into 2022, that the Fed is going to start increasing some rates. Well, what's that going to do? People are going to say, oh, rates are going up, I'm going to hold back and not buy anything. Now, let's be honest. If the rates go from 2.8 to 3.25, people are going to say, oh, what's that 3-point rate? Well, it's still very low, right? But that'll be people's reaction. So here's what that means to you. If you are a buyer, and I'm telling you, the chief economist for National Association of Realtors thinks that rates are going to start increasing by the end of the year and into January of 2022, now would be a great time to buy. Well, but the problem is there aren't houses on the market. So if you're a person considering selling, now would be a great time to sell because you may start seeing prices dipping. Listen, home values have gone up 20% this year. So again, whether you're buying or selling, this is a great market. Now, the problem is if you're selling, you have to have some place to go, right? However, you're not leaving your house because you're taking the equity with you. And that's a whole nother video, right? But if you have $500,000 in equity in your home, you're taking that equity with you so maybe you can upsize your house for what you're paying now just because of the increased equity. Anyway, listen, I love sharing this information with you. I want you to be educated. I love sharing this information with you. I want to be your trusted advisor. So when you think about, I'm thinking about buying a house or selling the house, or I have a friend, I want you to think about me and use me as a referral. Listen, if you use me as an agent, I'll be thrilled. I will treat you right. You can count on me. But if you just need somebody to talk to, please call me. And if you end up going with another agent, so be it. I want to be your trusted advisor that you know you're going to get the straight answer and the truth in a friendly way, okay? Listen, I love sharing this information with you because South Tampa, Florida living is awesome.